Hey guys, Carol97 again, once again with some more new loot. The first one, unsurprisingly, of course, the Revive RX78 Gundam. Now, I'm still not too sure how I'm going to feel about this thing once it's built, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to prefer the head of the original one, but you know, maybe I can just put the head of the original Higher Interval Century on this one, because obviously the body is going to be much better in terms of articulation. But you know, seems to have a kind of greenish tint to it, just like the Project V Higher Interval Century, the triple kit that also came with the gun cannon and the gun tank. And interesting. Now, is that possibly going to go behind the eyes? Now that is very interesting. Alright, that's awesome. That's like master grade quality eyes on a High Interval Century. I think I'm gonna have to eat my words on this one. That is pretty damn awesome. That means you just have to take a Gundam marker, go around the eyes, and I think this is probably one of the first High Interval Centuries ever to have eyes like that. That is sweet! Holy shit. Now that is interesting. And especially with those foil stickers behind the eyes, they are going to look really nice. And of course we get the very nice long beams. And wait. No, those are the newer High Interval Century ones. They don't seem to be quite as long as the Monster Grade ones. Alright. Now I'm really looking forward to putting this thing together. Like, that is some improvement. Holy shit. Then of course, because I got the RX78 I also got the upgrade parts that came with Gundam Ace. And from what I've seen, they're going to be all white. Let's open this up. And even the beam Javelin is just going to be pure white from the pictures I've seen. But, oh well. Yep, everything is pure white. And I think this is also the first time we get the Super Napalm in Higher Interval Century form. So I think it was probably, was it the 2.0 that also came with the Super Napalm? I'm not sure anymore, but there we go. And finally, we get the Beam Javelin in Higher Interval Century. I think that is something a lot of people have been waiting for. Also, a really cool inclusion is a poster of the RX78 This thing is definitely going somewhere. And that's a really cool poster. And of course, the RX72 about to slice a Zako in two. And well, the book. The usual stuff, we get a lot. Oh, was that Oh, some Zeta Gundam. You know, the usual stuff, lots of different series. There was some G Rico in here, even some Macross. Don't usually see that in here, I think. So yeah, a bunch of different stuff. It even had that weird Act Guy manga in here somewhere. Oh, there we go, G Rico. Let's put this to the side. And then already the final, well, the final actual Gundam I got, the Lightning Zeta Gundam. One thing I really like about this thing is that it's essentially the Zeta Gundam, but upgraded. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't really strike you as something a kid would have made, and it looks like something that could have appeared in Zeta. It's just the Zeta Gundam slightly more badass. Like, I was about to say the Zeta 2, but you know, that's already a thing, so the Zeta 3. And I am really looking forward to putting this thing together. It just looks so nice. It's really like a more angular design, something Kotoki would have designed out of the Zeta Gundam. Like the next Zeta Gundam Kotoki would have designed. Maybe change up the beam rifle a bit, but you know, this thing looks really good. Really love those pistons on the side, which I think were molded in yellow from what I had seen. Or maybe not. Maybe that was just a prototype that was in yellow. I don't see any yellow parts with the piston, so maybe that was just a weird thing that wasn't a prototype, because I could have sworn those pistons looked yellow on the prototype images. Oh well. So be it. Then the final explicit Gundam thing I got was the Baldon Arms. Something I never really paid too much attention to because, well, essentially, it looked a bit funky, and I wasn't really aware that it was pretty much a set almost exclusively consisting of joints. I didn't really pay too much attention to it. I saw how it looked like. I saw that it looked like this, and I was immediately like, yeah, I'll pass on that. But then in my work in progress video on the Nero, where I said, you know, if anyone has some suggestions, feel free to shoot. Kitty-kun Hyangrat suggested this, and coincidentally it was in stock, so I immediately grabbed it. The ball joints should fix my idea for the feet, so that's going to be really good. So Kitty-kun, thanks a lot for the suggestion. Let's open this thing up. And also another thank you goes to Max Sonic, who also suggested the Kotobukiya joints. Unfortunately, they weren't in stock, you know, something that usually happens when you suggest something good. It's not going to be in stock. Also, I backordered some of them, and I got a message that they were discontinued, so I really hope that I can get my hands on some of those Kotobukiya joints for future projects. And, well, this is pretty much what it is. A lot of joints with some missile launchers. And I wonder where I'm going to be able to use those. I'll be able to put them on somewhere. Like maybe the hard points on some of the Victory Gundams. That probably wouldn't be too bad. Then the final Bandai kit I got, the Sky Trooper and Speeder Bike. When I looked at it, now where was that picture? This doesn't make it look that good. I've never seen him like this. You always see them in the movies, like speeding along like this, and that looks pretty badass and high speed. And then you look at this, and it's like, huh, that looks pretty bad. Anyways, I guess I'll be displaying my Scout Trooper next to his speeder bike. I really like the detail on the soles that's going on there. And these are the normal foil stickers. I wonder, are we getting... the water slides are in there. And we're still getting a normal base. Yeah, the normal base. And then we also get a very cool base for the speeder bike, which you will have to paint yourself, but that was expected. And there we have the water slide decals. Let me just get the mat. Ah, Jesus, that's not the correct way of looking at this thing. Nope, that does not look good at all. You know, I really think this is gonna look best when you snap a picture of it in like a Dutch angle or something. Totally. So let's put this away onto the final thing. Close things up, and the final thing I got was the frame arms. I got one of them, and the thing about this machine is that it was posted by Raffaele Passarelli in the Gundam Fans Benelux Facebook page that he was going to get it. He just posted it like there, and when I saw it, I immediately thought like, that thing could be very handy for an inner frame of like an older model kit. And when I looked up the size of this thing, it turned out that it was the exact, I hope, the exact size of like the old F90, F91 model kits. And that would be great because when I got them, I got a spare heavy gun just in case. I thought, you know what, I might as well get two of them because it's the mass production grunt type machine, you can never have too many, and I figured, you know what, I'll probably do something with it, I'll paint it. And then, you know, this came along, so I'm really hoping to turn that thing into the Master Grade Heavy Gun. And it just looks pretty bad as is. It's like very basic looking, but still it has something going for it. Even if my plan completely fails, this thing doesn't look too bad to display just on its own. Also, coincidentally, if anyone is watching from Belgium, the Netherlands, or Luxembourg and is interested in joining a Gunpla Facebook page, feel free to join up, guys. We could always use a few more people there, make things a bit more lively. Guess, you know, Gunpla isn't that big of a thing in our regions, but we can definitely make it into a bigger thing if we gather some people together. So, I'll put a link in the description down below. So if you're from Belgium, the Netherlands, or Luxembourg, feel free to sign up. And that's all for this month's new loot. The first one I'm obviously going to build is the RX78 Gundam. And especially now that I've seen those eyes, I am really looking forward to building it. Now, like I said in the beginning, I wasn't really sure, because I always thought that the original Hydrogen Rebel Sentry looked absolutely fantastic, but those shiny eyes on the RX, on the revived version might just give this one an edge I wasn't expecting it to get. Next one, probably going to be the Lightning Zeta Gundam, and from there on probably work on my backlog a little bit. The Skytrooper and Speeder Bike's probably gonna go on the backlog too. I might just build the Skytrooper and leave the Speeder Bike for later on. I'm not sure what I'll do with that. Unless anyone is really looking forward to a review of this. I know it's probably been already done on YouTube, but I'll see how that turns out. Then another thing I'm not really looking forward to is seeing how this is going to turn out with the heavy gun. But of course, that is going to have to wait until I get to work on my Nero again, because it really needs another work in progress, and it's probably going to be near the end of the week. It's now, I think I can finally say that well, I was going to say that I have all the parts I wanted, but I still haven't gotten the thrusters I wanted for it. So it looks like it's, well, that is pretty much official now that I'm going to have to build my Nero without the thrusters, without the extra thrusters I wanted, because I have like all the basic ones. The ones I wanted were thrusters I could just glue onto the back of the legs to give it even more of that high mobility feel. But you know what? That's the way it is. Once again, a big thank you to the people who suggested the joins. You've been a big help. And you know what? Talking about thanks, another big thank you for the last video I uploaded. I really wasn't expecting such a big positive response to the 10 fact video. And like, I don't want to be like Herb Derp. I didn't expect the video I made was going to be popular, but that thing became my second most liked video in matter of a few days. Like, right now, 164 likes. That is 4 likes away from my most liked video. That's mind-blowing. So, anyone who said they wanted more, I am definitely going to make more, but just don't expect them in rapid-fire succession. It's definitely going to be, well, how to put it, it's going to become a feature. I will make more of them, but don't expect like one every week or one every month. It's going to be a special extra feature just to keep things fresh. Like if I'm going to upload them like every month, they'll probably become stale pretty quickly, and then I'll probably be looking for less fun facts and more like, oh yeah, that's pretty common. So definitely expect more of those. I am really surprised the way it turned out. And once again, a big thank you. Like, holy crap, that thing became like all of those likes. I really don't know what to say about it other than thanks a lot, guys. And well, that's all for this new loot video, and see you guys next time.